Hello everybody and welcome back to another Orbis Overdrive. It's your guy Gimmick.
And resident newbie Miiku.
Happy holidays everybody. We are so great and so glad to see you today. We're having a great start to the stream today.
You know what? It's those kinds of days. The holidays are rolling up, non-denominational holidays, let's be honest. I think I'm just excited to see what's coming out. There's the big update that just happened, and also I'm just, as you can tell, I'm all geared out for the holidays.
I mean, I got green on, so we're doing great, but I hope that you guys are doing wonderful today as well. Happy holidays once again if you celebrate it, and if not, I hope you guys have been having a wonderful week. So without further ado, let us get right into the imprint. All right, so there's a lot of stuff going on this week. So just to start it off, right, as you know, we're talking about holidays and gifts. We got to start with the winter check-in event. So, I mean, if you logged in today, you guys have probably seen it as well.
But we'll be getting some exclusive gifts every single day for 12 days of the holidays.
And don't forget the extra 2 bonus gifts on the 7th and 14th as well. So summon tickets. We always like summon tickets, right?
We always love a free unit and a free artifact, right?
Hopefully it's going to be something new for me. I need Brieg, honestly. That would be my perfect hero for that.
I remember when Brieg came out and everyone was like, no, he's a bad character. He's like, you don't need him, skip him. And now I followed their instructions and I'm suffering.
That's because everyone threw him into PvP first and then they didn't realize, oh wait, he's just a god for every single expo except for Green Expo. So, you know, that's how it is. But also, if you guys can see another little gift delivered to your inbox today, the special Naqual emote has also been delivered. So if you just check your inbox, you will be able to claim it and use it as is your will. So
yeah, have fun with it. Use it responsibly, chat.
It's really funny. It's got a little X. She's like, you know, denied. Anyways, moving right on into the next little batch of goodies, we have the winter holiday celebration for free Covenant summons. So, you know, login summons, daily summons, and all buff events.
Yes.
So that's going to be coming up pretty quickly too.
I think it is coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I believe so. So that, hey, now with the holiday summons and the free Covenant summons, maybe we can both get Brieg.
Maybe. I'd hope so, right? I'm hoping for a good spark on any of these days, right? And obviously, you know, for runes and for AP and for equipment, there's plenty of buffs going around. What do you guys usually farm during the buff weekends? Personally, I'm a Rift guy nowadays. I just finished my Rift team a couple weeks ago, and I finally maxed out all of my season rewards. So I'm just trying to get as much equipment as I can.
I was just about to say, I have some big news, Gimmick.
Ooh.
I have completed and can clear consistently Banshee 13.
Banshee 13, congratulations.
So that is my big achievement. So I'm pretty happy. So I'm definitely going to be grinding Wyvern and Banshee. How about you guys? What are you guys going to be doing?
Wyvern, I'm still on episode 4. You know, I feel like when you are having trouble with episode 4, Wyvern's a perfect place to go because that's where you start getting a lot of gear and you can start pushing more into content. So
I was gonna say, you constantly tell me that because I'm still on episode 3. I just beat support model Bryness with a very standard slow team.
Okay.
So I'm totally there in the trenches with you in the Wyvern.
In the Wyvern mines, we always love the Wyvern mines. So Rift and unrecorded history, yeah. Okay,
oh yeah, definitely unrecorded history. I definitely need that AP.
Not sure I'm a gardener, Mal. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. We all love tending to our amazing tree back there.
Yes, our tree.
Our beautiful tree. Also, welcome in Yarko. Welcome to the stream for the first time.
Yeah.
And I also live in Wyvern. Yeah. I mean, Wyvern, you can't go wrong with Wyvern. I'm not going to say anything, but I might have rolled a 22 speed piece.
Get out.
My Ren is 301. No, it's 304 speed now. Yes, it is 304, 100% crit. I'm balling, so...
you know, I'm just hosting stream. Gimmick is
I'm going to leave. All right, see you later, guys.
Okay.
Anyways, we hope that you guys get plenty of 20 speed pieces, maybe 25 even, for the 25th, maybe. Ooh, for a little gift. Maybe RNG will bless all of us.
So why don't we see what else is coming up this week from the update?
As we know, another thing is blooming here is blooming Lidica.
Ooh.
So her trailer released as of last night, just before maintenance started. So we all got to see what her kit looked like, and it is very, very interesting. But let's talk first about the design.
Right? I was gonna say her design. Okay, I feel like this is the first time I've really seen like a character with a really intricate background behind them, and I'm just so used to like G. Lilius and with her sitting on the throne. This is like very unusual, and I love her kind of like pose and the plant symbology. But Gimmick, what are you thinking?
I think she's planted herself into everybody's brains at this point. Let's just be real.
Listen, I'm beating around the bush.
Gosh, I thought I was gonna win that one. All right, anyways.
You know what? I have very few puns, and that one was an accident.
All right, anyways, moving on. I really do like the design though. And also her artifact, Seductive Flower, seems, I mean, there's a lot to discuss. We will be going a little bit more into detail later on, but the art is pretty as always.
Goodness gracious, that art is so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my final comment. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nothing else needs to be said. Someone in our guild said she's good with Zeo. I can see that working because she will follow up with an attack after someone with a debuff is attacked. So if you get like Ran or Zeo or a very good attack-based debuffer, she'll sweep right in there and start dealing a lot more damage.
But why don't we just skip on over? Because I know we have so many thoughts.
We do have a lot of thoughts, so we'll get into that later on. But let's move on into the next piece, which is the lobby update for Biblis' Garden, which can be purchased through this month's Epic Pass. And I know we've heard a lot about this as well, so we'll be going into it a little bit further with our guest later on.
Yes.
But, you know, first impressions, how do you guys like the look? Because honestly, I do like how the characters rotate very often whenever you're switching, right?
It seems like the summer one was, you would always have the standard summer units, but then this one you had like a good rotation of like all these different characters throughout like the story and like lore coming up and popping up. I personally am a big fan of like these lobbies. I think they're very cute, but I understand why people are non-believers in the backgrounds, and it's fine.
I like how just Corvus just stands there and vibes. He's just like, I'm here, I got my big shield, I'm just chilling, man.
And Enoch is just there, just straight chilling for the first time I've ever seen Enoch.
Yeah, first time Enoch is just there. You know how
I was so shocked. He popped up and it was like a jump scare. I was like, Gimmick, what is this? Who is this?
It's a guy. The bottom line.
He's a man.
He's a man. Anyways, moving right along into the next piece here, we have the new exclusive equipment. So for Abigail, it is 16% effectiveness, which will increase her damage of her S1, decrease the defense of the enemy for 2 turns when using skill 3. So it's like an extra debuff added up on top of the injury that she inflicts as well, and then also decreases the cooldown of Scarlet Garden by 1 turn. So that means you can cycle it way faster, which it's kind of a give and take. Either I feel like you know, either you want that defense break to really set up into an opponent to take out the opponent, or if it's like a bruiser or like high effect resistance, you just throw in a bunch of injury constantly. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to the next one as well, we have Bad Cat Armin with a 10-speed piece.
Woo!
So she gets to go a little bit faster, which might be a little scary. We'll talk about that as well. We have a little bit extra chance to provoke, extra barrier strength to keep herself alive a little bit longer, or to decrease buff durations by 1 when using her skill 3, which might be insanely good for those who might use immunity to get away with not dealing with bad cat provokes. But honestly, 2 characters that I found my favorite or like in gameplay, because they're funny, is Bad Cat Armin and Charlotte from the Sunbreak Charlotte. Because I like a character that just forces dual attack. It's very silly, and I like how Bad Cat is like this weird no you counter, but she doesn't counter, it's the guy in front. So it's like she calls her stand to attack for her. I mean, that's just how I see it. So honestly, I'm excited to see how this might play into it, which again, we'll talk a little bit more about in the future here.
Yeah.
That's anything else?
I was going to say, I just got Bad Cat Armin, so I've been interested in how to kind of work with her since I've never seen her in any piece of content, any recommendation. So I'm like, maybe this is my time to shine.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Anyways, moving on to the next as well, we have the World Arena Insight season ending on the 6th of January. So
Boo-hoo RTA. Boo-hoo RTA players.
How are you guys doing in your RTA? We'll talk a little bit more, as I said before, but I'm in a very special rank known as Placement in Progress right now. So I'm going to be making a great push to Masters as soon as I can with my 304 Ran and my newly built Abyssal Euphine. So, you know, that's how I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Also, Placement in Progress, absolutely phenomenal. Handshake, handshake. We enjoy people who like that. Got a gold player. I mean, honestly, if you can make that push for Masters, go get it. Trying to climb, some of the people are saying.
I'm gonna be so mad because I'm gonna miss out on this skin because I am not an RTA player. I got like 2 really good geared heroes, and they're carrying me through everything. So
someone's saying stuck at Emperor. Wow, got the crab gaming.
What is crab? What do you mean by
Crab,
that?
well, the way that the Emperor looks, it looks like a little crab.
Oh,
Little icon.
cute.
Do we get the skin in gold? You will not get the skin in gold.
I believe it's just Masters.
And actually, moving right on into that to speak about that as well.
What
we
does
have,
the skin look like?
Ooh, let's take a look here. Ooh, harmonic conductor Belian. I really love the look of this. Like,
Oh, I think it's so pretty. I don't feel like we see a lot of musical like kind of skins, like a lot of idols, a lot of singers, guitar players, but this is like a classical conductor, and I love it. Kind of looks a little holiday themed with like the ornaments hanging
yeah,
and the
it's
gold.
it's super duper pretty.
Oh.
And someone was also asking, how far do you have to be in the game to start RTA? You have to be ranked 60 to be able to start placing.
Level 60?
Ranked, it's ranked,
Ranked,
yeah.
sorry.
So that's, I mean, yeah, that's how it is. But you know, that's a pretty easy climb to make. And then people also saying if you get the skin in gold, Masters only. If you receive gold, you will get the conquest points, which is great for the arena shop. So if you need to buy more equipment and stuff like that, you know, that's also a really good reward to get. So it's either if you're good enough to hit Masters, then you get the skin. If not, the game gives you a little bit of extra resources to push yourself just a little bit further, especially with this new equipment, which is great. Only Emperor in our guild, that's right. Sub King is part of my guild, and I think they're the only Emp in our guild, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, moving right along here, let's take a look at the skin without the little captions, and also, yep, so we'll take a look at that there.
Ooh.
And the global ban here as well. So as you guys know, with the release of new heroes, within a short period of the season ending, these heroes will be banned in World Arena just because we don't want to make sure it stirs up the meta too much just before the end.
I was just gonna say, with it coming to an end, we really don't want to get too crazy. Even though, like, Blooming Lidica's skill kit came out, it could really shake it up.
Yeah, exactly. So we use this as a defensive measure just to make sure that the new hero doesn't get too intrusive too early. But once the season ends, which is gonna be, I mean, she releases on the 28th, so she'll only be banned for about a week, and then after that, you can use her in the pre battles, or the preseason, excuse me, or yeah, you can use her in mock battles as well to test her out. So let's go into the next thing here. I believe this is our final thing. Yes, the UI improvements.
Guys, this is game-changing UI update.
Honestly, it's great for me who manages their inventory a lot.
Yeah.
So when you have a maxed out artifact, even if it is not bottled to max level limit break, excuse me. If it is at its level cap at the time being, it will be highlighted in red instead of staying at that orange color, which is just very useful to say, hey, have you maxed out your artifacts? Or hey, could you also just throw a little bit more EXP into it because you have a limit break? So yeah, some people are saying, yeah, it's great because it gets confusing sometimes. I think it's a really good change.
I didn't really actually notice this until the UI updated. I was like, what do you mean? They've always been red. And then I realized,
only plus 30 used to be red.
Yeah,
but,
so that's my bad as a newbie. Because I was like, what do you mean? This
is how it was.
This is how it's always been. What do you mean? Native thing.
It's new. It's brand new. But as always, we like to have a little guest on Orbis Overdrive. So let us get right into it. Let us introduce our guest for this week, none other than Valky.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Hello, Valky. Good
We're doing
afternoon.
great.
We're doing wonderful. We are in high spirits for
The holidays.
Yep, and the end of the year. Please feel free to introduce yourself if you'd like to.
Alu, it is I, Valky, also known as Uncle Valk. You can call me whichever you like. I play too much RTA, that's my thing. So if you need help with RTA, you can always catch my streams or find the guys on YouTube. I very recently just did a series where me and my casting partner Divine got his account to Masters. So that was really interesting. It was a 30% placement in progress account,
30% win rate.
It was a 30% win rate. We got him to like 66% win rate to Masters, and now he's 66% win rate in Champion.
Dude.
Sitting in my
Phenomenal.
VODs.
Wow.
So
I think I might need to
hopefully
review
turning
that
back
myself.
to it.
I was going to say, I'm definitely going to start watching that series. As someone who has never touched RTA, that's going to be like my first thing now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like Valky has helped me personally with a lot of stuff. Like I talk about my builds, I talk about my gear. I'm like, what do I do? And he's just like, this right here. I'm like, great, perfect.
I mean, he has all the best geared heroes of all time. I can never say anything bad about Valky's or any of his champions.
I could say plenty a lot about his ML
People
Cat.
know me for my martial artist Kenneth.
His martial artist Ken is top tier, and
Top tier.
you should be scared to go against it.
He's about to show you who's the best. Okay.
I am scared of going against MLK in general. So, any of them, right? See, yeah, Huey knows what we're talking about. The Giga Chad MLK, definitely not the second MLK.
Yes, exactly. His martial artist Ken is the top percentage of MLKs. Yes.
Top 100%.
Absolutely, top 100%. You know.
we in there. We in there.
Along with this segment, I know we'll be talking with you, Valky, about everything, but I will also be taking notes about your guys' feedback, about your feedback, Valky, and also the community's feedback.
Yes, we always appreciate your open and honest feedback. So anything that you can give us really helps us to send feedback back to the developers. We want to make sure that this game is in the best shape it can be. So any and all feedback, we really do want to make sure that we can give it, as long as it's constructive, please. Please do not attack either of us or Valky.
Please don't attack the antlers.
Yeah.
They're new.
Those are uncriticizable. But anyways, let us get right into our talking points. Let's talk about the first 2 points, which was the login event and the hunt buff, or the buff event and the covenant summon. So, just another round of great goodies. I personally need all the energy and charms I can get, but how do you feel about these rewards and stuff?
Login event, we love free stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Said. It's especially since it's a season of giving, right? So I think everybody in the community has been doing what they can to just kind of give back to the world a little bit. Myself, recently I ran a stream with Divine, helped Divine put together this charity stream where we raised about $650, I believe, for Toys for Tots.
Wow, that's a lot. Woo!
Love charity.
Yeah, so
Good cause.
we get free stuff, right? So give back where you can, and then of course with the Covenant summons and the buff event, I do think the Rift drop, the extra equipment drop buff, is just a little bit too good if you can do Rift. Even if you're doing like a 2-shot run,
nice.
It just gives you so much gear.
Yeah, it spits out so much gear just because, double crafting materials is awesome, but you have to think about as well, you have to craft them into 10 in by 10s, you have to use gold for that, and then for Rift, you just get the gear, and if it's not the best, you just sell it, and now you're making a profit. I think I made over the last Rift weekend, or the Rift buff, I made 5 million gold just in selling stuff.
Oh my god, Gimmick.
Even though it's more efficient to run unrecorded history, it's great for gear, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think even for newer players who can't do Rift, for example, I think Hunt is just as good. Just because even though you get less red gear, what it does lack in red gear, it makes up in one purple gear, makes up in charms, because when you're crafting and you sell them back, you get so much the new equipment powder as well as reforged materials, which goes so long. You're going to be needing reforged material for years before you need to stop farming them.
I was just about to say, I just remember, last hunt buff, I just grinded that. I got so much powder, and now I have no charms, no nothing. I am fully out. I've been waiting for this hunt buff to come through. I was like, finally I can do more gear, get more gear, build better characters. Maybe.
I might actually run Hunt just so I can get more reforged mats. I am just flat out of them, so I'm gonna be real. But that's kind of what I'm dealing with myself. But yeah, it's always good to get another hunt buff for sure. Anyways, let's move right into the next big piece, which is Blooming Lidica. I'm sure you saw the trailer, you saw all the announcements, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the character as its kit.
Yeah, so, I watched that in a Discord call with a few of the boys, and I distinctly remember one of them saying, they better not be just dropping a 1-minute video on us, because we want the full info. And we're like, Yeah, so we were real grumpy and judgy about it, right? And then they dropped the 1-minute preview, and I remember when it rolled over to Lidica, we were like, yo! And then it showed the Belian skin, we were like, yo!
Obviously, we'll talk about the Belian later on, but yeah, how do you feel not Belian, excuse me, for Lidica, how do you feel she fits in, in playstyle, builds? What are you thinking about, especially with the artifact too?
So this is going to be really interesting because she's very different for a thief, right? And I really like her kit, the way it looks, right? She has Winter's-based stats. She is a thief class control unit. The way she plays, right? I'm not a very intelligent person, so whenever I see a new character, I try to think, what other characters are they like already, right? The closest comparison I can come up with is, to me, she looks like Hua Young, except instead of damage on her, non-big turns, she's cycling stuns, right?
True.
And I'm like, okay, that seems kind of okay. You know, not as oppressive, right? Stuns are pretty strong, but you know, they could be a little bit better, right?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, it's
the important thing that I noticed is her S2 extra attack. That is what like I'm really excited for, because as an AoE attack, it lands its own debuff. I mean, it has what innate synergy with things like Seed Lilius, Payroll, all the openers, right?
Right.
But it also has synergy with stuff like Zeo. You can put Jacko, any unit, any fast unit on that Jacko like Chains of Chiron spot, and it will push her. And then because it's an AoE, now you're also pushing like your Summertime Iceria, and they're like, you can combo a lot of units, right? She can push herself, and then you can combo a Summer Break Charlotte. There's a lot of combos to be played, so I'm really excited to see what the chefs of the community are going to be doing with her.
Yeah, that sounds like really. I didn't even think about using Chains of Chiron. That's a very smart idea. Like if you ran like frontline Ran, backline Lidica, and so she comes sweeping in, and then bam! Oh my gosh, my entire team, right? Like the entire opponent has every single debuff on them.
I was gonna say, I feel like if I was gonna pull for her, I feel like I need to build a whole team that's just debuffs. Because in the preview, you see like how the team that she's built around is just a complete debuff team.
It is like a control cleave.
Yeah,
kinda
control.
hybrid.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, because the other heroes were mainly just to support the debuffs, because it was Haste and it was Silverblade Araminta.
And Specimen Says.
And Spez, right? Spez was another DPS for sure. And then just great like filler in there with Lidica as well. But you know, seeing an opener Haste isn't as prominent or as common, maybe for like flag arena teams. But there's definitely still a lot of debuffer openers. Like again, we were talking about Payra a little earlier as well.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought up Specimen Says, because I think he's a sleeper unit in the meta right now. Because if you consider it, right, there are a lot of revives in the game, right?
There are.
Namely in the form of Abyssal Yuffie. And everybody plays, like 80 to 90% of players play her on that Holy Sacrifice, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she's a boss monster, build her on lifesteal, she has sustain, she comes back. And now you have all of these like stun synergies with Lidica, right? Arrowell stuns already. You got Navy Captain Landy, Pirate Captain Flan, and Specimen Says he's gonna come in and blast them out of the map. Extinction, bye-bye, no revives, true damage.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun. Spez Gang is lurking in the corner.
Spez is I remember when Spez got his buff almost a year and a half ago, I think. And it was just like, we were like, where will we go now? And finally, this dog has his day.
Finally.
I
was also going to say, someone in chat, I think Tristan Wolf is saying that because of Blooming Lidica, Knockwell might be even more in the meta too.
Oh, yeah.
Because with her bind, right?
Yeah, the bind, because that's a debuff as well, right?
Exactly.
So she'll come sweeping in as well, and then she'll have that second turn to really ensure that nobody counterattacks, and then she can silence or seal someone. So that's pretty dangerous. Someone else is saying Shiitake Gameplay got a 21 speed pen chest from Rift. Oh, do I read that? Do I see easy on that? All right, buddy. All right. Congratulations.
Some people never struggle, you know? It is what it is.
Watch him be like, this is the first gear I've rolled in the game. Just casual new player like me. But going back to Blooming Lidica, where do you think she would excel outside of like RTA? Or is she just an RTA kind of character?
That's a good question. I think I think for Arena, she has a lot of setup potential, but there are probably like easier pieces, right? I think Fumir is like kind of changed a lot of how high rank Arena is played.
That's very true.
I don't think she does enough damage to be like a super impactful unit in GVG. And more so in high rank GVG, you don't really want to play speed strats, right? Speed strat kind of carries that inherent 15% risk.
Oops.
So you would rather play like, Dark Corvus, so you don't have to write
players.
any int reports, right?
Yeah. My guild knows that I like to experiment a little bit too much.
Are you the tower that goes down first?
I'm not the tower that goes down first. I'm the guy who gets like 4 out of 6 or 3 out of 6 sometimes. It's mainly 5 out of 6.
Hey, no shame. I'm with you, brother.
Look. I mean,
my guild is one of the biggest whale guilds on global, so our rank is naturally high. Somebody has to be taking those losses, right?
Yeah.
And I get a stimmy every month, and the boys don't. So I gotta take the L's so the boys can eat good.
Listen, I'm in the grind for the Mystics. I will lose every single match, but you know what? We're doing this.
You just gotta be the scout. Yeah.
You gotta be the scout. You gotta see if it's good. Like the first one on the field. Yeah. I'll also message in our guild chat, like, we're gonna win this week. and then we lose. But if sometimes we do win and we do make moves.
Yeah, it's just how it is sometimes. Like I'm assigned to like a big tower, so I feel like okay, I just have to go for the big tower. That's my job. And then I get to go into the first round and go, this is a 240 Lua, and then the second one is this Para outsped my 304 Rand, and I went, huh? So I get to deal with that kind of fun for Guild War. So. Yeah. Anyways, moving right along into the next piece, we have the illustration lobby. I know there's a lot of discussion on this. So obviously, the illustration lobby is a new lobby that comes with the Epic Pass, and I know there's a lot of discussion about a lobby versus a skin. But people saying, oh, I paid $900 or $1,800 for a lobby. We had a lot of really positive feedback from the Terev Island pack, right? From a show of hands in chat, let me know. Did you guys purchase the Terev Island pack?
I certainly did. Since I think it came out when I was just starting, I was like, I have no summer units, but you know what? I do have Lethe. I do have Summer Lidica. I'm gonna make them look pretty in this background. But Valky, what do you think? Are you enjoying this kind of background, or did you like the summer one more?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of these, right? I think the first one of its kind was actually last year with the Espa. If you had all 4 units, they'd be chilling in this
That was the
real
first
cool
big
lobby.
special lobby. Yeah.
And I just want to say, like, out of all things that sometimes we as a community might get riled up for, I think the one thing that Smalky nails right is I think we've been begging for 3 years, like, please give us lobby customization, please. And they finally gave it to us. So I'm like, I better not see nobody complain because we asked for this.
So,
I'm just here to appreciate what we got.
So that's what I wanted to bring into, right? So, from chat, we saw a lot of people saying, yes, I paid 900 Sky Stones for Terev Island, right? And so for this Epic Pass, right, it is true that you do have to pay 1,800 Sky Stones for the Terev Island, but don't forget that you also get the booster pass for the Epic Pass as well. Mm-hmm. So just to give a little bit of extra perspective on that, that's just something I wanted to throw in, because I think some people did see the initial cost, 1,800, right? It's like, that's a lot, right, for just a background. But don't forget that you're getting a ton of goodies from the Epic Pass too.
Yeah, you just start off like so far along, you get all those goodies immediately.
Yeah. So and I do see some. Excuse me. I do see some people saying that they're a little bit upset about not having a frame associated with the Epic Pass, and so we have noted that as well. So
I was gonna say I totally forgot that we get frames from the Epic Pass.
For most of them, yeah. But I mean, I always love all the goodies, plenty of transmits, plenty of charms. So I'm always happy to put a little bit more, because for me, right, my Epic Pass is just finishing 3 weeks worth of Challenger Arena, right? So it's pretty easy for me to make sure that I'm ready for an Epic Pass. But I understand that people like to put their resources elsewhere, so it really does help that we hear all your feedback from every little aspect of the game, for sure.
And I think the really cool thing with this current one is, I think you guys talked about it earlier, right? All the different cameo screens.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos Sect at the beach for the Terev Island. And
I love that one.
This current one, my favorite is F-Tenny and K-Ron. F-Tenny, for me personally, I hated her so much when she first came out because, for context, I feel like a lot of new players don't know about this. F-Tenny was the old knock wool of the game.
That's true.
Really?
She was a huge early control unit, yeah.
Yes, F-Tenny was the old knock wool of the game. And now that knock wool is a thing, Lua is a thing, Lilius is a thing, I've been playing so much F-Tenny, and I've had this like renewed appreciation for her and the art that comes associated with her, and I'm glad I get to see her and K-Ron chill in the garden. Maybe we'll see the rest of the cast at some point too.
That'd
like,
be so
that'd be
cool.
great.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I keep seeing people mention in chat like we can't tell Luca about this.
I was gonna say, I thought I heard her rustling around here. Just
I think she's back in the office.
She's back. she got in somehow. Lock the doors. But anyways, so that brings us to our usual fun question, which is, if you were to make your own custom lobby, what would it look like, and who would be featured in it?
Ooh. That's one heck of a question.
It is a little bit of a loaded question. Let's start with just the lobby first. How would it look?
I was gonna say, are you thinking about
I'm not going to lie. Okay, if I get to design my own like lobby pack, right? It wouldn't just be one lobby. It'd be like the current thing that we have now, right? Where it's like it'll cycle through a whole bunch of them.
Right.
here's my idea, okay?
Okay.
And I know like this is not gonna be the most popular idea because I'm kind of like in the camp of hardcore players.
Okay.
Okay.
The idea is just the lobby is every single RTA background, and it cycles through my highest win rate units I've used every season.
That is actually really cool. It's kind of
that's
like
smart.
you know, from a certain game when you hit the championship and you get to showcase all your characters, right? In the champion. That's super cool. I like that a lot.
I really because I have a like I have a thing for like appreciation. I love appreciating things about life. I think that's what makes life interesting. I have like this whole setup for Sylvan Sage Vivian, right? Because my last legend frame, my last legend climb, Sylvan Sage Vivian was a huge contributor. And
That's right.
I basically, one of my backgrounds is just, I have a shrine built for Sylvan Sage Vivian, thanking her for bringing me that legend frame.
Ooh, that'd be a great little. I was gonna say as well, a fallen.
I'll do anything for her.
I'll do anything for her.
You two need to
I am-
cosplay as Hand Guy.
I want to do a cosplay for Hand Guy so badly. I've got like everything ready. I just need a big scar on my face.
Listen, Ryoko and I can
You
do
are
the
not
makeup.
giving me a scar.
We're not giving you a scar. It's called makeup. You gotta trust the process, Gimmick.
Okay. Some other people are saying Fallen Land background, Order of the Shield. Another message I'm not gonna read about a certain cosplay.
I'm seeing Muse Rima and Maid Chloe.
Ooh, like an idol stage.
Yes, I was just thinking that. What about you, Gimmick? If you could create your own like lobby pack.
I'd probably do the dragon side of episode 3. So
Ooh.
like Senya.
Okay, I forgot
Valencia, Mort. Do I dare say? No, I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
What?
I'm not gonna say
I
it.
don't- I genuinely-
It has episode 3 spoilers. I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not reading the lore.
Nope, I'm not gonna say it. But anyways, moving on for that. But yeah, that's honestly, there's a lot of people cooking in chat. So
Yeah.
Some people were saying, yeah, I honestly really like the stage one now. Like you have like energetic Make Chloe, you have Muse Rima, you have Tamarin. That'd be really fun. I like that. Or like the stage background with like From Promise. Ooh, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
you know, you can have everybody, the units that are up on stage, right? And then you can have your team, right?
Ooh.
Like underneath the stage looking upwards, and all of their faces are replaced with, you know, Ein's hype.
Mosh pit? You got a mosh pit?
Bro, like I would pay 900 for that again. Like,
Oh yeah. That's what we like to
my
do.
Wyvern team just eyes hyping up like Muse Rima and Tamara.
Oh my gosh, we had like a way to
That's-
make
that's so
to make
fun.
characters dance.
Oh, that'd be so cool is to see them in the pit. Just
Bean
like,
lobby. Someone said bean lobby.
That's my boy, Chandler. That's my boy.
That's Chandler.
That's my boy.
Did you know that Chandler exploded 3 times during maintenance yesterday?
Oh,
Anyways.
we will get to that. We will talk about maintenance
We'll
later.
talk about it a little later, but let's move right on into the exclusive equipment. So we talked a little bit earlier about the Abigail and the Bad Cat Armin. How do you think this will change the way that the characters play, and also will this really affect the metagame?
I don't think either one moves the needle too much on the overall meta, just because right now I think we're in like a boss monster meta. If you don't know what that is in a card game, right? Once you set up the proper conditions, your boss monster hits the field, you pretty much just won the game, right? So in our case, it would be Navy Captain Landy with the full fighting spirit bar. Also, same thing with a Abyssal Euphine, right? Once they're full bar and they take a turn, you're just like, I guess it's next game, you know?
It's Jover.
That type of feel.
Yeah.
So Abigail, I think for her, I was hoping for HP percentage instead of effectiveness. But I do think the best effect is easily the defense break. Defense break is the best debuff in the game, right? It's the biggest damage amplifier. And, you know, Abigail's S3 already has a full Dispel, which is massive.
It's pretty big.
And
Yeah.
depending on whether or not the defense break comes in before or after the damage, I think that matters a lot. If it comes in before, I think she goes insane. Like, this is maybe as good as, like, you can... Her first turn will be as good as a Ryla's first turn, you know, like that level of good.
Definitely.
But if it comes in after, then I think she'll still be decent. It's just not crazy.
Yeah.
Bad Cat Armin, the best one is the one where she can strip turn 1 immunity. You highlighted that earlier.
Yeah.
She's already a pretty fast unit, right? Her one weakness is she can't strip turn 1 immunity, and she's not the fastest, so even if you have really good speed gear, you're not reasonably racing, you know, the Conqueror Liliuses of the world. You can't really race like, you know, the Lua, the Knock Wall, right? But if you go really high effectiveness and you get a lot of free speed, you go fast, and hey, guess what? You can S3 their bunny dom, and their bunny dom will just activate you, and you can cut their entire combo like just like that. And I think it's really interesting. Enables some very interesting counterplay, but I don't think she does enough to kind of swing the entire meta in her favor.
I was gonna say as well, to add to that, you know, like you can go very fast with Bad Cat, but the problem is that she's not gonna have enough health to tank and then be able to use catch him. So I think it's kind of the extra speed is definitely a very good stat stick, and it'll definitely help her. But you still have to make that balance between how fast do you go, right? But some people are also saying, you know, maybe, you know, with the boss meta, as you're saying it, right, for the big hyper carry, someone was saying, you know, maybe. Have more, you know, introduce more characters that have fighting spirit reduction, like what is it, resource reduction, like Penelope, right?
You either give more resource reduction or more units to be able to also act as boss monster. I see somebody in chat bring up, like, I think if MLK-Ron did 50% more damage on the fixed damage, like with scaling to that fighting spirit bar, right? I actually think he qualifies as a boss monster. He's extremely tough to kill. It's just when he's full bar, the payoff isn't as good.
I was gonna say I've recently gone up against some MLK runs. I'm like, oh, easy. He'll be fine. I can beat him. I'm like, no worries. He'll be the last one on the field. I cannot destroy him no matter how hard I tank, because he's just consistently doing damage after damage after damage.
That's the epitome of the clueless emote. I like that one. It's just like, this will be fine, right?
This will be fine. Yeah. Well, I'll wipe out like everybody else. I'm like, oh, this is easy. Like MLK Ron, like he takes time to build up. Like I can knock out the rest of the team really fast before he even goes, and he can't. And before like he'll start countering me.
Yeah.
But the damage builds up. But yeah, I could definitely see him if we could be buffed even more, reworked. I could see him being that monster.
Yeah. Just being supported behind even just an AI, right? For like an AI guild.
He just needs like 50% more damage scaling to his fighting spirit bar. And, I mean, if you think about it, right, this has kind of been a slowly creeping in type of effect, because for the longest time, who was our first boss monster? It was Green Landy, right? Green Landy. Once she was full bar, you're like, oh snap, I'm about to die, right? A Ravi when she's at full bar, and you're like, oh god, I can't do anything about this. She's gonna swing something, and she's gonna start reviving, and she's gonna be a problem, right?
She's gonna S3, and then there goes my unit, and here comes their unit again at 100% CR and a skill null. Man, it's crazy to think that in this much time, like we've definitely seen Apocalypse probably fall off a little bit like that, but yeah, it evolves over time for sure. And I think that resource reduction would definitely be like that next step, because the only other major character that I see with resource reduction aside from Penelope is the exclusive equipment for what's his name?
For Zahak.
Zahak, thank you.
Oh, is it really Zahak?
Yeah, so but his exclusive equipment usually prefers the attack boost for the other teammate, so they don't use it too often. But it's a very interesting thing to think about. Also, hello Biako. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, any other thoughts on for just the exclusive equipment, you know, for the current state of these two characters, or shall we move right on?
I think the exclusive equipments in particular are very in the spirit of the season. If you think about it, because it's the season of like gift giving and fun, and both seem. It's enough to change how the character will play, but it's not enough to like break the game, which is nice, right? So they're like getting nice toys to play with. If you're at a comfortable rank, like if you're already in master rank and your account's pretty good, and you know you're probably going to be messing around with Bad Cat Armin. If I was in a better position with my account, like, you know, if I try to do that at high ranks, like it better be a really good build or a really good draft. Otherwise, I get punished.
I would love to be that guy in RTA to be the funny guy at high ranks, but we're currently the funny guy in placements, so we'll get there eventually.
You'll get there.
We'll get there. But we will be talking a little bit more about RTA as well as we talk about the end of the Insight season. So let's first talk about the Belian skin. So we talked a little bit about that earlier, but yeah, like, man, the skin is just super
it's insane.
Pretty. I love how pretty it looks.
I was gonna say, Valky, what are your thoughts on it after Last Rider Crow skin, which was super like futuristic, clean white outfit?
That one was really good looking, but there were certain parts about the skin that, you know, I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of it, right? But this one, the Belian one, another part of that. The one where I was in a call with my boys and we were watching and we're like, man, not this 1 minute video. And then the Belian skin flipped on. We're like, whoa, okay, well, everybody wake up, right? So we're pretty excited for it, and oh man, I really hope I can get that like climb to master series up on YouTube in time. So
Ooh, that'd be good.
Help as many people as I can.
I will be vehemently following that if I find the video. But yeah, I mean, like, so also with these new epic skins that we've been having recently, we also know that it changes the skill 3 animation just a little bit, but keeps the same nature, right? So for the Belian skin, or for Belian, right? She comes up and it was like the big holographic, then the big crush. What I want to know is how will they change that to make that like a little bit more of a musical theme?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. What do you think, Valk?
I think there was one, scene in the S3 animation where you see that big like silhouette of her, right?
Yeah.
They could just kind of change that so she's just conducting a musical.
Ooh, like you see her kind of holding the world, but it's just like her with the orchestra.
Yeah, it's like her conducting the world, right? Because everything is under her control.
Yeah, and then you see that kind of glitch, and you just see like, ooh, I hit the mic. You see her like do that glitch, and then it's like her still like getting crazy, but then maybe you hear like drums or like some trumpets go crazy.
I was gonna say for the S1 follow-up, you know how the claws come in? I would love to see it as like trumpets and oboes, and it just goes like it's like an awful like discordant music.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Oh my god, yeah. As
that'd be
somebody
so
who
funny.
used to do like equipment management for like high school bands,
Oh no.
Oh,
that stuff is that stuff hurts if you get hit by one of them
Dude.
falling on you. It's no joke.
I wasn't a band kid, but I was super close to all the band kids, so I helped them with the instruments and like theater side, like that. Oh no, the warm ups and just it's just so expensive, and it makes such bad noises, and it's just yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah,
I'm
the
looking forward to it.
trombones are the sleeper like secret like ones that hit you
Yes.
because everybody knows about the tubas and the
Yeah, those big
the
boys.
sousaphones, right? The big coiling tubas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Those
yeah.
are big and scary, but the trombones are just as heavy and they don't look it. They just look like slightly bigger trumpets, right? You're just
Yeah.
like, okay, and then you pick one up, you're like,
Oh, it's heavy, and then you
like
have to
that.
slide it back and forth. You're like, oh,
There goes my back.
there goes my back, there goes everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. As for someone asking what is Orbis Overdrive, this is our little bi-weekly segment where we talk about the recent patch update and we bring on a stellar influencer. So for this week it is Valky. So I just want to quickly slip that in there. So if you'd like to stick around, please feel free to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I look really forward to seeing how it is showcased because I'm also a musical person, so I really like the because I used to listen to Philharmonic, used to go to concerts like that. I used to play saxophone myself.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, I played alto for a long time.
Can we have like a Bill Clinton this time where we have you play saxophone on stream?
I did not roll a
That's
22
definitely a
speed
goal,
piece. I did not roll a 22. Anyways, moving on. So how did you feel about this season in general? Like I know there was quite a lot.
I like the units, but there's like one problem, right? And I think like everybody who plays a lot of RT at least will stand with me on this. The season is too random, right? And it's not like being random is bad because random gives everybody a chance to win. Randomness brings a lot of excitement, right? We saw a lot of that during E7WC, but
Oh, yeah.
there's a problem with being random. If the game is too random, right? A lot of times you can't really learn to play the game properly. Like, did I just win because I was really unlucky? Or, was the draft like just kind of goading me into the direction of being unlucky, right? Like I was going to lose that no matter what. So a lot of times it'd be really hard to improve this season, and I think that's not only a problem with me, but for a lot of other prospective climbers as well. And so just hoping that future game balance would hinge a little less on the randomness and more so on just like winning draft and having just like good logic and good mechanics behind what we're doing in the draft.
Definitely. And I know there's a lot of discussion about, absolute resistance and stuff like that, but I think that the biggest thing for that to me is about information, right? I think that what I've heard from some other players saying that it's okay to, like in a PvP sense, right, to let people have a chance of holding on. But I think that if you do get 15%ed or absolute resistance, maybe it should give you a different name for that so that you can understand, okay, this may not have been a RNG or an effect resistance build, right? It could have been like an Apocalypse Robbie, right? Some run effect resistance. So it could have been like, okay, did my FRES actually, or did my effectiveness actually not check them, or was it just that roll? So I mean, I've heard a
That would
lot of
be
discussion about that.
extremely helpful, knowing if I lost to RNG or I lost to like just a really smart tech.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, did this person, because I see a lot of people climbing with a lot of, there's that one player who plays with a ton of FRES, right? And they always catch people off guard with that. So, yeah, I think it's like about giving more information to the player to help bridge that information to you, right? But that's, that's just my own little opinion there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, the information is always just to help people learn, improve, and for this season, if anybody's here for like, just like hero information content, especially because we would be getting that Belian skin at Masters. If you own any of the boss monsters, figure out how to play around drafting them. First pick them, second pick them, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say this season in particular is about playing with what you got, playing with what's strong, right? Knowing how, even without like a full box of units, how to take advantage of what you have that can really create the difference, right?
Definitely.
What gets you ahead of the other player?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a very fair point to make. But on the topic as well, on the skin as well, if you had one hero to get a skin, who would it be and what would it look like?
Oh man.
Given coming out with these hard
I always
questions.
love these hard-hitting questions because I love putting our influencers on the spot.
Okay. Because I keep asking you.
So
I'm gonna tell-
earlier I kind of gave a nod to my girl Sage Vivian.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay.
So I would probably pick that as to what kind of skin. I mean, I think her design is already pretty good.
She's got a really good design, yeah.
But like, what if her story ended with her and hand guy like having like the happily ever after ending, and then she I don't know, ghosts, like she just has like her ultimate Digilution and then she just goes turbo, right?
I thought you were going to the direction of like, I know this is very popular in like Asian countries, having like the bride skin, like her in her wedding dress. Like, I thought you were going that way, or I could also see her going more like elven way, like super, like a lot more nature, a lot of gold. Even though she has all that, like just taking it to that next kind of like angelic level.
Oh, I guess it's because I'm not like one for formalities, so the bride is like, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
But I'm more so for like that everyday vibe where she's less of like, she's got more like, she's got more of that mom vibe to her. She's more laid back, you know what I mean?
She got
You know
like
what I
kids. Yeah, she's chill. She got a dog.
Yeah,
Just-
maybe she's
yeah.
got like that whole like, sweater mom vibe, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. Sweaters. I don't know her.
Yeah. It's just
It's just a good vibe too.
Just
a
a good
person,
vibe.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a dude.
Just a whole ass person.
Well, that's a good choice. I
Yeah.
like that. Anyways, let's go on to our last little bit of the update, which was the UI update. So the max artifacts, obviously. I think that's just in general, how do you feel about that little piece of QOL?
Most QL updates I've been a huge fan of, right? This one that like shows you what limit break your artifact is at, I think
Right.
amazing. I'm trying to like walk back, right? I think the one they added when you can kind of cycle through a couple of different lobbies, also another one of my favorites.
That was a really good one too, yeah.
I think the only miss we had was the one where it redesigned your hero page. Other than that,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
a huge fan
We
of
heard
it.
a lot about that for sure.
Yeah.
I do like the new background though. It looks pretty.
I do like the background. I like the trivia knowledge. If you have the max friendship, I think that's great.
That
But I
one's funny.
do find it frustrating to flip between those two menus, to put the gear on, then awaken and doing all that, like the old lobby.
Yeah.
But
I know Tristan is with me on this. My biggest gripe with it is, as a streamer who's like, this is how you build X or Y unit, right? Now I can't get all the information about my unit in one single page, right? I'm like, here's the build and here's the Molagora for the skill up.
I see that. Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Jinx.
Jinx. I'm
Anyway. But, we always do like to talk about quality of life, and I think that, what other quality of life are you looking for personally to help with your experience for Epic 7? And chat, please feel free to fill in
yeah,
as well.
please let us know as well.
We always like to write down all sorts of responses. Ta-da!
I think my thing is like, it's just to hope things run well, I guess, because one of the big things that was a really good QOL was when Google Play Beta became available on PC, but I think they've been experiencing some issues with Epic 7 recently. Like, if I play 4 hours of RTA, I would crash on average once every 4 hours.
Interesting.
And that's kind of an issue, especially when you're sitting through a lot of RNG losses. You're getting frustrated. You queue in and you're like, I'm gonna smash this nerd, and then your game crashes and you're just like, all right, time to go play something else for the day.
You got RNG'd in another way. I can see that. Yeah, maybe like it sounds like maybe a potential memory leak or something like that. So okay, we'll definitely put that down. If it's still occurring, we'll definitely add that. Some people are saying loadout sets would be interesting.
Oh, definitely. I see that always free unequipped. Make that like consistent.
Oh yeah.
I've always on Discord. I'll constantly seeing the little scroll for free unequipped. Like place that as an item inside our backpacks.
Or shop. Yeah.
Or shop. Just like allow us to have that, other than just getting it randomly or having like larger events for it.
And also some people saying EE's not taking space. That's a big one too. Yeah. So we always hear these feedback, and we always do appreciate it. So thank you guys, chat, for giving your feedback. And one little QL thing we can also talk about, I guess you can say, is the changes for Biblis skills. I forgot to mention it. Just wanted to quickly gather your thoughts on that, because I want to hear what you would think.
Oh yeah, I know we had a pretty prolonged conversation about this, right?
Oh yeah.
Biggest issue for Biblis, for anybody who wasn't aware why she's not a good hero, right? To boil it down, she doesn't do enough, right? She's meant to be this counter to counter-attack units, right? But who counterattacks? If you look at all the popular counter-attack units, they're kind of either all the boss monsters or semi-boss monsters, right? Landy, Euphine, ML Ken, Aiden, right? Yeah. So if she wants to do her job properly, she has to either go even or at the very least trade well into them, right? And because the way she works, with the defense break and stuff, you cannot build her like she's a Fumir, right? Because she doesn't offer any hard crowd control. If you just defense break dudes, but you don't put the cleansers to sleep, right? It's not like Pirate Captain Flan, stun their Destina, boom, ahoys, bomb their entire team, right? She has to also do damage herself, right? Because she can't control. She's not a pure control hero. You have to build her with a little bit of damage. Otherwise, your team just doesn't have enough damage throughout the course of an RTA match. So as a damage dealer, she just doesn't do enough, right? Yeah. I think her little sprinkler extra attack, when it trades into things like a Euphine counterattack with attack down, is just not that good, right? When you go into a Landy, right, when you trade that little sprinkler, if you miss your defense breaks, it is literally worse than a Landy counter salvo. Right. So it's just not that good. And also, she's kind of counterplayed by a lot of existing units. Roana, Ambitious Tywin being some very prominent ones that are actually played a good bit right now. So I like that she still loses to things like Roana, A Tywin, so it keeps the value of these older heroes very, very high and very potent, while they gave her just more things to be able to deal with these counterattack units. Counterattack units hit a lot. They get souls, so we're gonna let her burn 10 souls. That's pretty neat, right?
Yeah, I think those are definitely a lot of very good points to make. So we'll have to see how, again, day one of her new changes, but I'm always glad to see a lot of introspective and a lot of just thoughts about how we can.
I think she's probably now decent. She'll still be niche, but she's playable, right? But the thing is, the way she works, she cannot be allowed to be good, right? Because she is meant to counterattacks. So it means if she is good, that means she is single-handedly smashing Euphine, Landy, ML Ken, and Aiden, which, if a unit can do that single-handedly, they are not balanced.
I can definitely understand that. But I think it's about everything that we've got here for our list. But chat, you might have been noticing that we have these beautiful little ornaments here that we have been decorating. And over on our Discord, we ran a little contest.
Just an event?
A little mini event on our Discord where you could print out a little template and make your own little ornament for any festive season. So we wanted to actually take a look at some of the winners here. So without further ado, let us take a look at the winners here.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Here we go. So here's our first one.
All right, so this one is actually someone in the chat. So this is one of our amazing fan artists. This is Avi's, also known as Avi Violet. They're in the YouTube chat. Actually, I see them chatting away over there. And so they have put this amazing little ornament together. I'm super excited to see it up on their actual tree at home.
Super pretty. I really love how like the color of the Starry Night for the the Alencia. It's super pretty.
In the
I
background,
really like the way they did the low light shading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask me which character I'm noticing this on, but that is an extremely nice touch. Very well done.
It's on Arky, obviously.
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 Yeah, the arc, the low light shading, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I would just give them a super big round of applause.
Yes, round of applause, little yays for everybody in chat here.
Yay. All right, moving on to our next winner. This is also another one of our Discord regulars. This is Chandler. You can see them in our Twitch chat, and you can also catch them on our Discord talking about all the voice actors of FX7. He knows them front to back, like who's voiced to, and knows all their credits. It's amazing. So
it's amazing, yeah. I don't know how they do it. Like I could say, what's the English voice actress for Penelope right now, and they'll just say it like 2 seconds later.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And additionally, I love, he also put it on his tree, and he was also like one of the first people to submit.
There he goes. Kelly Dunaway.
And he was one of our first submissions into this contest, so I admire it so much. I love his little Senya, or Euphine. I think it's really great what he's done.
Yeah, it's great. So let's move on to the next one right here.
Ooh. So this one is actually, again, another Discord user. This is Hana's. She is pretty quiet. I haven't really seen her around on the Discord, but I love the background detail of Euphine's little
Super
side.
pretty.
It's super intricate. I think it's like, I didn't do that on mine. Like I just put glitter on mine because I was like, F the background. But this is, the background of this is so intricate, but and it's so small too. I think it's great.
Yeah. And
It
finally,
just gives it so much more personality.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like the little star and the little exclamation point. It's just super pretty. I really like it. And for our final one as well, let's see it here. There it is.
Oh, the best one.
This is I love that tree. I'm 10 out of 10 on the tree alone.
So this is from actually our moderator, Maury. So Maury quickly made this with, I think, 10 seconds on the clock till I closed the survey.
Awesome.
And they made this with what they had around. So I'm impressed that one of our moderators came out and the tree, glorious.
Glorious tree. And if you don't know, also, Morialism is a great guide creator as well.
Yes.
So shout out to them as well.
Yeah. So big round of congratulations I can't talk. I'm so filled with the holiday spirit.
Exactly.
Super big round of applause
For everybody
to
here.
everybody. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys actually want to create your own ornament, check out our Discord. There's we still have it up right now, where you can create your own little ornament.
Yep.
So I'll showcase mine. Gimmick, yours is right.
Mine's right here.
Okay.
And also, for a little special surprise for these participants, we have a few little gifts.
Yes.
I'd like to show that we will be delivering. So
Yes, so
just a little-
all the winners are gonna get a little present from us to
Yes.
you.
So let's take a look here. So starting off, we have, you might see him poking out already, you have a Arky plush. to
Look at
start.
all the sides of this beautiful Arky that you will be getting.
Some stickers as well. We have, let's go ahead and get the
We got a
next.
little Arky lanyard, exclusive.
We have this here, it's bubble wrapped right now, but this is the Euphine standee.
But there are a few other alternatives.
Yep, we also have the Angelica keychain.
And fear not, even though it is winter, we have a summer folder for you with Summer Karen and an SSB on the back.
And last but not least, we also have a little towel with the Idol's cheer on it. So
Yeah.
congratulations to all of our winners. And again, if you'd still like to get your little standee, please feel free to print it out in the Discord. So be
Yeah.
sure to join Discord. But yes, again, thank you guys so much for participating.
Yes.
We really do hope to have more of these kinds of events globally in the future. We are working our best to make sure we have as many of them as we can. And Valky, how is your ornament looking?
Mine, yeah, you see, funny story. I thought I was gonna just be able to pull up and do one last second, but it appears I am no longer the owner of any crayons. No comments on where they went, but I am the proud owner of Microsoft Paint, and I am known for my stellar art streams where I build my viewers fantastic profile cards. So I'm ready. I'm out here. I'm putting on the gloves.
Shall we do it?
I'm
You know,
ready
let's do it.
Let's do this.
Do like a 2-minute timer. We've got. All right, here we go.
Let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's a speed round.
We're doing 2 minutes. Okay.
Oh, we got the color right? Okay, okay.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Okay, awesome.
He's putting
Give him a little color, right?
the ruby red on the hat.
I can't tell the color.
Oh yes,
I can't color. I guess that's red. I think, right?
Yes, that is red. Here, I'll
That's
do the
gotta be red, right, guys?
Be my translator. All right, we got the greens. I think I see the holly.
I
Okay.
forget what the little tab is, but I think it's like a deeper blue, right? That's Arky's thing. It's a
I think so.
I think
Yeah.
so. Wait, we have another one.
No, don't even look for reference.
worry.
Just
Sorry,
go. Just
just
go.
go.
Oh, I'm not looking at anything, bro. I'm going in.
And this is just vibes. This is straight
Vibes only. All right.
Vibes only. Okay.
All right, great.
You know, background. Let's just keep that one.
Ooh,
a little
okay,
holiday
Starry
light.
Night. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Alencia hair, green.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
good enough.
greens.
Yeah, I like
There's
that.
a
I
lot
like
to
that.
fill in here, so
Okay.
you know, hopefully we're doing good.
You know what? We're doing the best we can.
Yeah, I don't actually remember what the color of the horns are, but you know.
I thought they looked purple.
Are they purple?
Are they purple? I thought they were like.
I think they're
yellow
like
and
a
brown,
black
like normal
purple. They're like a
dragon
black
colors.
purple. Like they're so dark purple they look black.
Maybe.
Ooh, give her ram horns. Yeah.
All right, at least we're coloring within the lines. That's the
Okay,
good part at least. The
No,
tactical controls.
That's not real. But the background, I would, if anything, I would make this one like blue. I know somebody
Ooh.
Okay,
in the
I like that, I
contest
like
had a
that.
similar idea.
They're purple. Ah.
Oh, see, I'm not
something
wrong.
like that,
You
right?
were wrong. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you know, if I had more time, I would draw like little stars in the back. I
Oh,
think that'd be a really cool
so
touch.
cute.
We can use the brush pen. All right, the harder ones now. We got Yuffie and we got Kana. Oh, we got the tactical rotate.
Oh,
too.
the tactical rotate. Whoa, it's a
whoa,
game changer.
whoa,
Whoa, whoa.
How will this affect the meta of the speed run?
Yuffie should be the easier one, right? It's just a bear.
Yeah.
Is it a bear?
Is it a bear or a reindeer?
I have not gone. I haven't actually cleared
What
the
a
side story.
question! I didn't even think about that. Oh my god!
I think it is a reindeer. Well, if you put the red nose, then it's definitely a reindeer.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's make it. Let's make
Perfect.
it vain here.
Full throttle.
Perfect. She was
Mine
glowing
as well,
red.
right? And then you know it's got the little that.
Yeah, the little
Yuffie, I'm pretty
cheeky
sure has
things.
gray hair.
Yes.
You know, wow.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh,
There-
you can't color in the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got a little
God.
spooky.
This is how you know I'm a genuine artiste. Yup.
Oh, perfect.
Yup.
Don't
okay,
even need the
well,
anti-aliasing. It's wonderful.
Will you be auctioning this off afterwards? I would like to place
Oh
a
no.
formal bet.
This is for the community. I do this pro bono.
Oh,
nice to screenshot
a
this
charitable
off the stream,
man.
Do you hear
Print it
that?
out and cut it out and put it on your Christmas tree.
Maybe
From
we
me
might.
to
We-
you guys. You know.
I think I actually might print this out afterwards and put it on my desk.
Do you hear that? I think that's the sound of our art team rolling in its grave.
They're so jealous.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm trying.
No. They're rolling their graves because it's beautiful.
All right, we got 40 seconds left on the clock. We're going for 3 minutes here.
I'm gonna continue the proud tradition of coloring in the low-light highlights.
Love it, highlights. All right. The people's champion. All right.
Way to go,
I
Val.
mean, like,
go,
look, if
way
I'm
to
gonna
go.
maintain anything from like the actual good artists, it's gonna be that. Okay.
Beautiful.
I respect it a ton.
What is color theory and light theory?
No. It's the low lights. It's
Low light. That's all you need.
That's
all
all
right.
you need.
All right. We got 15 seconds. 15 seconds on the clock. Go.
You got this. You got this.
I think the
It's
ribbons
10,
are various shades of green.
9, 8,
Eight,
7, 6,
Oh, I'm trying to close as
5,
I can.
4,
All right,
3,
that's also green.
2, 1, and time's up. All right.
Hands off the mouse.
Hands off the mouse. Hands off the mouse.
Wow.
All
This
right.
looks so
There it
good.
is.
Let's rotate it one more time. Get a full look of everybody here.
All right. Let me give it a casual. Oh, that's too much. Hello.
Well,
Hello.
there we go.
That's good.
All right. Perfect. Beautiful.
And then
Beautiful.
we're just gonna hit the double rotate, so it's right side up.
Ah,
Happy
wow.
holidays from
Holidays.
Epic 7. That's what's up.
Wonderful job. Wonderful job.
Oh my
Val.
God, Valky, we have thrown you into the ringer for this. I thought it was gonna be like a chill, kind of like talk and little
No.
chat.
Yeah, I thought we're gonna maybe get like 10 minutes. We're just gonna chat over the games. I'm gonna have time to like pen in the details I was looking for.
No.
So I thought we were gonna have time for that, but hey, I'm glad I was able to carry on the proud tradition of the low light highlights. I
That's
think
all you needed.
uh,
That's all you needed. Honestly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who, what better than a little bit of sweat to, to heat up over the holiday days, right? So I think this turned out perfectly. But I think that's about all the time that we do have for today. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's Orbis Overdrive. I know that it is around the holiday times. A lot of people are with family, friends, and we do really appreciate you guys spending your time here. We guys, for those who do celebrate, we hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your happy holidays. And for those who don't, we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your 2023 and have a beautiful begin to your 2024. Valky, thank you again so much for coming on. If you'd like to just outro yourself, plug yourself, please feel free to do so now.
Yep, first of all, thank you guys for having me. It's always a really good time, and as you guys know, end of the year, it is time for giving, and spend some time with your loved ones, with your family, and if you don't have anybody to spend it with, myself as well as the rest of the E7 Twitch category will be here. I think I will probably be doing a little bit of a summon stream, maybe some drunk karaoke. Sometimes between Christmas and the New Year's, just to finish out the year. So we'll be here for you. So just make sure you're spending it with people. Have a good time, right? It's been a tough year, long year.
Yeah.
We grinded hard. It's time we goof off.
Yes.
All right, that's what I like to hear. 2024 is going to be our year.
It's going to be a silly, fun year. Nothing terrible is going to happen. And we'll Surely. No. All our hero releases will be perfect, and we will never have a scandal again.
Yep, absolutely.
How? Gimmick, you wait till the very last.
I might have forgotten, but hey, what a better way to send off the year than with a little bit of holiday cheer.
But thank you all so much for being here, spending your holiday with us, or pre-holiday, because it is coming up, and I think everybody said everything there can be.
Yeah. So once again, we'll be back in 2024. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. It's been your guy, Gimmick.
And your resident newbie, Miiku. Thank you so much, and have a great time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.